Welcome to Anonymity Talks, Crypto. SafeMoon's journey to 1 cent and beyond. Let's talk about it on Anonymity Talks Crypto. The Lazarus table has gone viral on Reddit and in numerous Facebook groups. Here's what it looks like. It's a really interesting table with a lot of potential depending on the amount of tokens in circulation. As shown in the first set, there are now 583 trillion tokens in circulation. At the moment, each SafeMoon token costs at this price and has a market value of around $2 billion. At this point, unless further tokens are burned, reaching 1 cent is unattainable. Based on these numbers, achieving a market capitalization of $58 billion, $583 billion, $5 trillion, $58 trillion, and $580 trillion is unachievable, no matter what you say or do. Those figures are simply too high. So we go on to the next set. If SafeMoon drops below 500 trillion tokens, we can see that a market cap of $5 billion is extremely conceivable. SafeMoon reached a high of $4 billion a few weeks ago. I doubt SafeMoon will ever achieve that amount without the use of tokenomics. The rest is simply impossible. If you believe SafeMoon would ever attain a market cap of $5 trillion, you are delusory. The supply will thereafter be reduced to 400 trillion tokens. $4 billion has already occurred. So it's feasible that $40 billion is stretching the envelope. Sure, Dogecoin peaked at over $65 billion. But it has Elon Musk pounding the heck out of it, and you should never underestimate the actions of one of the world's wealthiest individuals. The others are simply out of reach at the time. So we've reached 100 trillion tokens. This may take a few years, but if SafeMoon survives, it is quite feasible to reach $0.001 with a market valuation of $1 billion. Almost guaranteed. Assume you had a 200 million tokens right now, and supply reaches 100 trillion tokens, your holdings would be worth $20,000. It is feasible to reach a market capitalization of $10 billion, as well as the rest of the way. 100 billion or more may be stretching it. With a market worth of $10 billion, the supply of 1 trillion tokens is estimated to take about a decade to reach. If you have 200 million, we can see 1 cent. Tokens are now worth 1 cent each, therefore your holdings would be worth $2 million. Very good. However, the difficulty is bringing the burn down to 1 trillion tokens, which, again, my dear diamond handler, will take a long time, longer than most of you are comfortable with. With the supply eventually being reduced to 100 million tokens, that's a lot of tokens, and many of you now have more than 100 million. So, if all of that is true, it may be a problem. You stayed for the whole of the journey. A market valuation of $1 million will bring you to 1 cent in no time. However, if the supply can burn this much, we may realistically anticipate SafeMoon to be at least $10 billion. At this point, assuming SafeMoon deploys its blockchain and transforms from token to coin, you're looking at $100 per token or coin. However, that is something for a future video. At this point, you may either forget your SafeMoon wallet login or cling onto it for the rest of your life till it hits $100 per token. You'd be wealthy. Your 200 million tokens would be worth $20 billion right now. This is impossible since there are only 100 million tokens available. Either the majority of individuals have already sold, or the development team would have to reverse the split. We'll see. As you can see from the Lazarus chart, we have a roadmap estimate for SafeMoon to go to 1 penny, $1, $10, $100, and so on. All you have to do is hold. How do you feel about it? What is your total number of SafeMoon tokens? Please like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video. I discuss cryptocurrency and everything linked to it, so don't miss out and, as always, keep your money safe.